It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it comes your way next.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Tony. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
The right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll go option to the short side, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage, a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Now the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Herbert. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Herbert now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. They got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. DeAndre Carter back deep. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. He's got a man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown in.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throws out wide, and he's got Austin Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Eckler again, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and this time he is in. Austin Eckler punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as he'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Kelsey, a nice catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his throw here's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the...
And he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got it to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Herbert on third down now. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:54 on the clock. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Mahomes to throw it. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Mahomes. Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A dump down to McKinnon.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing at the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Mahomes. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. Now another timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes will throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Mahomes toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, field goal is probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A-game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.